Hey, welcome to the Online Money Show from Sacramento, California. It's a special edition of the Online Money Show. I'm David Oldenburg. Where is our Nicole Flannery?
Hello, I'm Nicole Flannery from Los Angeles. Welcome. Happy Halloween.
Hey, fantastic. Great to have everybody with us. This is going to be an absolutely amazing show. And I'm trying to do the 60s flower child character, but I just can't do it right now while I'm talking here. So, again, great show. It's Halloween. We have a lot of guests here. We have, today we have Christine DeGraff. We have Mia Voss. We have Logan Lynn Roberts joining us in just a minute. Jason T. Weiser, Nicole Flannery, and, of course, me. And we're going to get right to everybody in just a moment. With introductions, you're going to get to hear their elevator speech and kind of what they're doing. We're also going to be playing some social media trivia. It should be awesome. But first, a big announcement on our show next week. Nicole.
Thanks. We're going to have Eric Morris. He's a big poker player. He's big in the poker industry. Can't wait to have him on the show. He actually took his passion of poker, turned it into a business, and successfully sold it. Just recently. So we're going to be speaking with him and try to get some good tips on how he did that, all online, taking his passion and monetizing off of his passion.
You know, Eric Morris is going to be a great guest, and the online poker world is huge. It's huge, and what's amazing about it is here's a guy we always talk about. People always ask us, ask us how to monetize our business, but isn't the ultimate goal not just to monetize the business, but to actually be able to sell it, and make some real money and have some real success? He's a guy who's actually done that, built an online business, monetized it, sold it, and now he's actually consulting in the same business. It's going to be a great show. Make sure you're here next week. Now, Nicole, in a minute, I know we're going to be doing some awesome trivia, but before we do that, we had a lot of people here. It's great. Let's start with some introductions. Let's start number one here. Christine DeGraff, you're a Google Pluser. Tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us who you are for Halloween.
Well, thank you for having me, David. And first of all, I just want to make sure, is this line safe?
I love it.
My name's Christine DeGraff, and for Halloween, I am Trinity from The Matrix.
Sweet. Sweet. All right.
Was it the red? Was it the red or the blue pill this morning, Christine?
Yeah. I took both of them.
Oh, big time.
Awesome.
I did too.
Now, Christine, a lot of people know who you are, but for those that don't, who are you? What are you doing here on Google Plus, and kind of what's your claim to fame here?
I'm a web developer, internet marketer. Claim to fame on Google Plus would probably be for my circles. Right,
and you're called the Circle Queen.
Yes.
Not under your eyes.
I'm trying to shake it, but we'll see.
Trying to shake it. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's go next in line. We have Mia Voss here, and for those of you, most of you probably already know, Mia has her own show here on Google Plus. Mia, welcome to the program. Tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are today.
Hey, kittens. How are you? Yay, good to see you guys. Meow! I'm Mia Voss, and you guys know I'm out of Denver. Today I'm a sex kitten. I just had to go with it. But, I thought the collar was great for the surgery incision, so it all worked out great. So good to see you guys. And yes, I have the social media power chat, and Miss Christine is going to be on it tomorrow, and I'm excited about that too. So thanks for having me on, guys.
It should be an awesome show with you and Christine tomorrow. And Babelicious. In
our PJs, nonetheless.
Groovy. In their PJs. I'm tuning in. I'm watching it.
And Krithika, don't forget her.
Well, Krithika's going to be our gem on the show. We're excited to pop her hangout cherry tomorrow. No pun intended.
I am loving it. Gagging her on an HOA.
Pretty much. Hi, Krithika.
Awesome. Hey, let's go to Jason Weiser. Now, I said yesterday, Jason comes to us all the way from Russia. Now, that's awesome. We actually have people on the show right now, watching the show from almost, I think, every single continent. So it's pretty cool. Jason, you're doing some awesome things. Why don't you tell us who or what you are and a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so just real quick correction. I'm actually in Ukraine, not Russia.
Ukraine.
So there's people in this area that would be very particular about the distinction. So, yeah, Jason Weiser, and I have the Get on Track, Stay on Track podcast, where we interview experts and help your small business with your developed strategy. And we've got some excellent guests coming up.
You know, we actually have people on the show right now. Logan, turn down your volume.
Go ahead and mute her. Yeah, sorry, Logan. She'll get it figured out. So yeah, we've got some excellent guests coming up. We got Ronnie Benser and Peg Fitzpatrick. We're gonna have Mark Trapphagen come in, just do a quick little half hours and really help your business get dialed in. And that's at ontracktips.com.
And I want to say here, just for those of you who don't know, Jason does a great show. Jason does a great show, and somebody's got their volume up or their speakers up too high. Jason does an absolutely amazing show, and also, Jason, I want to give a shout out to you. You also run a community on Google Plus called, I believe it's called Christians in Business. Is that correct?
Absolutely, the Christians in Business community. It's a thriving community of business owners, and we get in there and we have a great time. It's very active community, incredible people. So come on over.
And Jason and I talked about doing a hangout together, but after my shagging comment yesterday, I don't know if I'm going to be welcome on the Christians in Business. But hey, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. Hey, it looks like Logan. Can you hear us? Logan, you're muted. Can somebody unmute Logan? Logan's muted. Who muted Logan?
Trinity can probably do it. She can.
Yeah, I'm not sure who muted Logan. Can somebody unmute her?
Go to Billy while you're.
All right. Hey, Billy, it's great to have you here, buddy. You are, I think you're a network marketer. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
you're a network marketer, and why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing? You said you haven't been on Google very long, so kind of a new guy here on Google Plus. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are today for Halloween and what you're doing here on Google Plus?
Sure. Well, my name's Billy Funk, and I'm the Extreme Networker. I'm also an extreme sports junkie, so I've got all sorts of extreme sports gear on it. Even have an actual a kayak.
Oh, so wait.
That's
Sweet.
great.
You know, I'm a network marketer online and offline, and I was on Google Plus about 6 months ago, and it just didn't click for me. I didn't get how to, build a following. I had about 800 people follow me after maxing out the number of people I could follow myself. And so I came back on, and one of the first people I found was Christine DeGraff. And I started, success leaves clues. I saw that she was having so much success, so I started watching what she was doing. Not just her, but a couple other people that are influencers, started following the engagers, and within a short amount of time, within the last 2 weeks, I built a following up to over 3,300. It should be right around 3,300 as of right now. And yesterday morning, David, I posted a video. After the Google updates came out, they were live, I created a video kind of explaining how awesome they were. And because Christine shared it, because Mia shared it, because Jesse Wardillo.
That's tough.
Over 22,000 views in about 24 hours.
22,000. See, now that is the power. See, we always talk about the power of social media, and that is the power right there in social. Let me tell you, on almost no other venue could you get 22,000 different people to watch a video in 24 hours. That is absolutely amazing. And have you gotten any responses from it? I mean, has anybody emailed you or called you up and said, "Hey, man, awesome video"?
I can't keep up with the messages.
That is so cool. That is, man. That type of thing. I love hearing stuff like that because that's why all of us are here. I think all of us are trying to build a following or build a business or get exposure for our website or our blog. And that's what's so cool about Google and what's so cool about social media. So, right on. Now, let's try one more time. Logan, can you hear us? Yeah, Logan is muted. Can somebody unmute Logan or
She'll need to since she just came back on. It should be at the top right. And hey, I just want to comment, Billy, another reason why it went so viral is because your video was so fun.
Yes. Hang on,
It
Mia.
was awesome. I love that video.
It was
I-
really fun.
I think we have Logan live. Logan, are you here?
Hi guys, yeah, I can hear you. I can't see you yet. I'm so
Hey, that's
sorry.
okay. That's okay. You can hear us and we can see you. So here's the deal, Logan. We're kind of going around the room and we're
Go
kind of
ahead.
letting everybody tell us who they are today for Halloween and give a quick shout out to kind of what they're doing here on Google Plus. So go for it,
I
Logan.
can see you. Okay.
It's all right.
Oh, here we go.
So Logan, who are you for Halloween?
I am Daenerys Stormborn Targaryen from Game of Thrones.
Oh my
And my
gosh.
wig is probably sideways at this point because my internet went out. So of course the logical thing to do is just to start running around like crazy.
Right.
So that's what I did.
Well, awesome.
Good to
And
see you guys.
Logan, tell us real quick, a shout out. What are you doing on Google Plus and what do you do for a living?
I'm a realtor here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, right here in Center City for Allendon Real Estate. Google Plus wise, I jumped on Google Plus, well, I guess about a year ago and didn't do too much with it, and then a couple months ago started taking a look again and just really enjoyed it. So doing a little bit of blogging, working on launching a new site, just having fun, enjoying it.
Awesome. Well, man, it's great to have you here. And
Thank
Yeah, welcome.
and actually, I want to point out here, Logan Lynn Roberts and Christine DeGraff are both coming to us today from Philadelphia.
I know, we're excited. We gotta get together.
I'm about 30 miles south, but we're gonna meet up and do a hangout in real life sometime.
I know. I would
Sweet.
love to. I would love to. We got to do something fun. We got to start
Definitely.
vlogging. I think we got to start doing this.
Well,
So, David, I wanted to interrupt you before you go into the first topic. I
yeah.
want to ask our panel a fun fact trivia question.
Okay.
Are you guys game?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
I don't have any
two
slides, but here we go. What theme did Mark Zuckerberg have for his bar mitzvah? Was it A, Covered in Blue, B, Star Wars, C, Mr. Roboto, or D, Royal Ball?
Who knows
Oh, you
the
got me.
answer
I'm
to
going
that
to guess Star Wars because I'm such a nerd for Star Wars, but
I bet it's covered in blue because Facebook's blue.
yeah.
one? Good
Is that
point.
the trick?
I'm going to say Star Wars too. I think that it's he's kind of a geek, so I'm going to
Yeah.
say
He's
Star
had
Wars.
his lunch money stolen a lot. Oh, that is so
Okay. Okay, so that means for those of you who guessed Star Wars, you were right. His bar mitzvah was themed Star Wars. That was. Let me turn this off.
Groovy baby. Groovy baby. High five, Mia. High five.
Ching.
Good going, guys.
Sweet. Hey, we're gonna get to a bunch of trivia here in a minute, and if you just joined us, this is the Online Money Show. It's a special edition. Somebody's phone is ringing, and if it's for
Popular
me,
crowd.
It's going to be calling Billy about the video.
if that phone call is for me, tell him I'm busy. So anyway, awesome show. It's Halloween. It is Groovalicious, baby. And,
Yeah, baby.
it is so cool to be here, and we have a great panel of people here. And as we're going through these trivia questions, if you're on our event page, feel free to chime in and comment and see if you can get the answers first. Because you know what? None of us know the answers to these questions except for our very own Nicole Flannery. Now, one of the things I want to talk about, I want to talk about some different social media stuff. And I know a lot of people on Google don't follow Facebook real closely, but I know it's hard to tell looking at the way I look now. But I'm a total stock market. I'm actually a former stockbroker, baby.
No way.
And I'm a former stockbroker.
Delicious.
Yeah, Investalicious.
Meow, 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 meow.
And so I saw Facebook did their earnings last night. And I know I don't want to get into all this technical stuff, but I want to throw out a couple points, and I wanted to get some different opinions from some of you guys. Facebook blew out the earnings. I mean, mobile ad revenue is now 49% of their revenue, over $1 billion in revenue in mobile. And that says this. It says that, yes, social media companies can make money advertising on mobile, absolutely without a doubt. And something that a stat that I saw here, and this again shocked me. Mobile monthly users on Facebook. And these are active users. This isn't just users. This is actual monthly active users on Facebook.
Very active.
Is now 1.19 billion. Okay, that is a phenomenal number. I mean, suffice it to say, Facebook is not dead by a long shot. Even though Google Plus is growing leaps and bounds, I think it's going to be a race. I think it's going to be the Pepsi versus Coke here in the end. And I kind of wanted to get some opinions. I thought we'd kind of go around the room. And the question that I want to ask is, long term for business, do you think it's better to be on Google, or do you think it's better to be on Facebook? And tell me why. And I want to start. Let's start here, Jason Weiser. Let's start with you.
I talk about this subject all the time. Mm-hmm. And a while back, somebody sent out a circle. They said the 50 people you must circle in Google Plus, and it had all these real famous celebrities on online. People that when I went to the circles, I realized that half these people aren't even on, less than half, like 10 of them were actually on Google Plus. They were really just all these great big celebrities throughout the social sphere, basically.
Right.
And a lot of those people are these big internet marketers that you probably know, Sean Malarkey and Lewis Howes and Porterfield and JP Maroney and a lot of the webinar folks. And the question is, why are they not over here on Google Plus? What's different? What's going on? Well, the fact is, in my opinion, and I think the opinion of so many others, is Facebook's advertising capability is so granular that you can target audiences in a way that you just cannot do over here. And so it doesn't behoove them to get over to Google Plus, where we all know it's about engagement, it's about genuine interaction, and frankly, it takes a long, long time. You're not going to just jump in here and start splashing ads at people or putting up posts. Google is so hyper-sensitive to spam. I mean, just the environment here, this kind of eco-structure, and so that internet marketer doesn't have a place here, really. Maybe they do. I mean, but why? Why spend the time? Derek Halpern. I mean, you don't see those guys over here. Why? But you see them all over the place on Facebook. Again, because what they can do is with that Power Editor, Facebook Power Editor. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Look it up. Go and check out John Loomer. He does some amazing training on how to use Facebook advertising and Power Editor, and you can import your email list into your Power Editor and target those people specifically. And I can go on and on about that, but that's really kind of my quick.
And that's a great new rollout. I'm with you on that one, Jason.
Absolutely. You can also choose not to target them. You can target everyone else too. So.
That's right.
True. It's a good point. Very good point. And speaking of the internet marketers, we have Billy Funk here. And Billy, I can't remember if you and I met on Facebook or Google Plus, but you are a network marketer, and you've been on Google Plus for a short period of time. What is the advantage that you see, or is there an advantage that you see being on Google Plus versus Facebook?
I think that there's a huge long-term advantage about being on Google Plus. Right now, that post that I created, uploading it and importing it into Google Plus, that video that I shot yesterday, if I did that inside of Facebook and I posted that link and I sent it through an email, if you weren't on Facebook, you couldn't open it up.
True.
And if it got 22,000 views on Facebook and 22,000 shares, you wouldn't be. It would somewhere down the line, months later, be down at the bottom of everybody's timeline, down at the bottom of everybody's newsfeed. But in Google Plus, it can be indexed. If you look at what Google is doing, they're incorporating Google Plus into everything: YouTube, Hangouts, pictures, videos, indexing, ranking. So I think for the internet marketers, the goal has never really been to sell a product, to close a deal on a platform. It's always been to get them off the platform.
No.
There's not a better platform to build a following than Google Plus right now, and I'm going to put a period at the end of that.
Oh, nice, man, nice. Hey, Christine DeGraff, you're the Circle Queen. You are a big time engager here on Google Plus. So you really have your finger on the pulse of what's going on Google Plus, and definitely Google Plus in business. So What do you think about this? I mean, do you think that Google Plus is a place to be, or do you think you should be putting 50-50 your time on Facebook and Google? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I haven't logged into Facebook in at least a month or two, I don't think. But,
yeah, there's your answer.
Nice.
But
I know.
I have my web customers, web design customers, and I tell them, especially a lot of them are small businesses that are in my town, mom and pops, do it yourself, marketing. And their customers are people who are going to drive there, and their customers are on Facebook. So it makes sense for them to be on Facebook. But if you're looking for a much wider audience, if you are looking for interest-based, especially as far as from your personal profile on Facebook, it's basically you're limited to people to your friends. I mean, there's ways around it, but here it's interest-based, and I feel like you can really build relationships, and it's definitely, I mean, with all of the how it's integrated with YouTube and with search and with blogs and with the comments, and like Billy said, everything's indexed. I mean, I can't find anything that I posted on Facebook. I can't even find it searching for it. It's ridiculous.
You know what, Christine? You're absolutely right about that. But there is one good thing about Facebook. You can do, as Billy said, you can do the target. You can target the ads so narrowly. It really gives you an edge if you're trying to stalk somebody. I mean, you can send stuff. I'm kidding here. No one's laughing. No one's laughing. That was supposed to be a joke. Okay, I know it's early.
I'm not knocking Facebook, because I'm probably going to take your YouTube video, the recording of this, and I'm probably going to post it on Facebook. So, shout out to everybody on Facebook that I'm friends with. It's still cool. It's still a user-friendly platform. But I'm telling you, long term, if you're not looking at Google+, you're going to miss the boat. This boat's leaving the harbor soon.
I know. Hey, Mia Voss.
As I like to say, preach it.
Mia.
Yes,
you've obviously been here a while, and you've been doing your show for a while, and you're having some success here on Google+. You're doing lots of networking and meeting people. And are you also on Facebook?
I am, honey. I am riding the fence for sure. I'm trying to bring, somewhat trying to bring people over to Facebook, but I've preached this a lot. One thing people say to me that are totally integrated on Facebook and can't even understand Google Plus is they say, none of my friends are over there, and I always say, make new friends, because I actually only started seriously on Google Plus back in February and started the show in July, and it's connecting with people like Jason, Christine, Randy, that's made my world blow up over here. But it's a whole different world for me. I've got a whole different audience over here.
I've been bringing people over. What I've been doing is I've been talking to my friends on Facebook, or people that are on Facebook, and as I engage with them and I talk to them about the show that I'm doing over here, they'll say, well, how do I watch it? And I'll say, oh my gosh, you're in business, and I can't believe you're not on Google Plus. And all of a sudden they're like, and they'll say, well, Dave, tell me a little bit more. And so it's almost like I'm a network marketer. Dave, give me a little more information. And I'll jump in and say, well, let me tell you the 10 reasons why you need to come over to Google Plus. And then they come over. And so I think there is a lot of recruiting.
Can I just say,
a lot of
I've got a little, Jason Weiser created this for me. I actually have a Facebook tab on my Facebook page where I have, people can watch my show through YouTube. So I am kind of spoon feeding them a little bit with it through this special app that my brother made for me. And listen, we've got a ton of great comments. I'm going to pop one up if you guys don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
Let's say Joe Ray. Let's see if it is going to pop. I think you can reach a larger, more diverse audience on Google Plus because Facebook increasingly makes your world smaller graph search. So,
very true. Very true.
Yeah.
I want to pop in on that.
The same circles in Facebook over and over and over again. There's, it isn't business, networking, being an entrepreneur about developing new relationships and always expanding your reach.
My whole world has changed internationally.
Let me jump in on that Joe Ray comment because it's so important. All right, when we ask this question in debate between Google Plus and Facebook, we're kind of mixing things around here. One, you've got two really different groups of people. You've got the consumer, you and I, and how do we engage and how do we want to meet people, and that's when we enter into the discussion of mom and grandma and cat pictures. Okay, but the other side of that coin are the advertisers, the businesses, the people that have a lot of money that want to target. So if your business is a business and you've got ads and you can do some incredible targeting on Facebook if you've got the money and the know-how on how to target those people, because frankly, maybe, I don't know, somebody's going to come at me and say this isn't the truth, but I'm going to say it is. You're not as concerned about engagement on Facebook. As the business who's shooting out ads, what you're looking to is to sell your products, get your ad and your product in front of people, get them to click through and get them on your landing pages, right? Billy?
Absolutely. I'll second that.
Okay, but what we're talking about here, and what I think a lot of the people on the call are complaining about Facebook, is you're right. And so when you say Facebook is increasingly making your world smaller, Joe Ray, that's so true. But why are they doing that? They're forcing us into a position where we have to buy these ads. And just like David said, look at the stocks, look at the IPO. It's working. Maybe not for the consumer level. Maybe not for you and I, who are serious business owners who want to interact and engage. But it's definitely working for those big-time internet marketers. It's definitely working for Red Bull, and so on. So we got to really look. It's one thing to say, which network do you prefer to be on, and then the last caveat I want to throw on that is exactly what Mia is talking about, and Christine. I never would have been able to expand my business or take it to the level that I have in such a short time exponentially, if it wasn't for Google Plus. If it wasn't for communities, if it wasn't for engagement, if it wasn't for Hangouts, we're face-to-face. I've got when I say I got a Peg Fitzpatrick, I mean, that's 1 degree of separation away from Guy Kawasaki. I mean, that's pretty awesome. You better believe that when Peg said, okay, I'll be on your show, you better believe I hung up the phone and did a little happy dance, right? You know what I'm talking about.
I would have wet my pants.
I'm not going to be able to go over to Facebook and call it Peg Fitzpatrick and say, hey, come on my show. I mean, how much? What do I have to go through to do that?
So let's see if we understand you correctly, Jason. So you're saying you prefer Google Plus, and we should all go spam everybody on Facebook.
Yes.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Right. No, I get your joke. Hey, from a business level versus a consumer level. That's all.
I
agree with you.
If you're marketing a product like Bima and you want to reach your audience and geotag it, and actually go right to the audience, Facebook is going to give you a better pay-per-click. It's going to give you a better direct target. You're going to actually go through and find your audience a lot quicker and easier, and it's going to show up right on their timeline. When you're talking about building a global brand and talking long-term, I think, success, Google Plus, I mean,
absolutely.
It's almost November 1st. By December 1st, I will have 10,000 followers on Google Plus, and I have 100 on Facebook, and I've been on Facebook for 5 years, and I've been on Google Plus for 5 weeks.
Okay, so since we're talking about Google Plus, I'm going to interrupt another trivia question.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, since we're talking about Google Plus versus Facebook, we have a little bit of Facebook trivia. Okay, panel. Noogles at Google have to wear blank on their first day of work. Is it A, bottle-thick glasses with tape on the bridge, B, beanie with a propeller, C, a dunce cap, or D, clown shoes? Any takers?
I hope it's clown shoes, but
I'm going to say it's the what was the one you said with the what was the second one?
That B would be beanie with a propeller, C, dunce cap, D, clown shoes, or A, bottle-thick glasses with tape on the bridge.
I'm going to say beanie with a propeller.
I'm going clown shoes.
Clown shoes? Beanie with a propeller. Okay. It is actually beanie with a propeller. Sorry,
two for
it's not clown shoes.
Yes.
Good try, though.
Thank you.
See you, Jason.
David,
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I actually don't know the answer to these. Nicole sent them to me, but I told her I promised I wouldn't look them up, and I didn't. And at the time that she sent them to me, I went through and I realized I didn't know the answers to any of them. that I was just going to be
You wear
getting.
your glasses, you couldn't see the answers anyway, right?
Oh, I know. I'm literally blind here. I mean, I can't see a damn thing. You know, I'm looking around for my screen here. You know, it's like, oh my gosh. I want to pop something up on screen here. Everybody, take a look at this. Take a look at this person I'm going to pop up on screen. Take a look at her, and don't. If you know her name, don't shout it out yet. So let's go to Christine DeGraff. Christine, do you know who that is?
I think I'm gonna need to dodge this question.
Love it. Don't shoot me in the head. All right. So how about Mia Vosh? Do you know who that is?
You know, honey, I couldn't see it because it was only showing up on the on our little tiny thumbnail. So can you pop it again for me?
Okay. I'm gonna pop it up. It's right here, and
Look at me.
hopefully you guys can all see the. Hopefully you guys can all see that picture. I know it's kind of small. Everybody else can see it on the big screen, but I'll leave her on there for a second. And this picture kind of blew me away today when I saw it. And so
it's stumping me. Stumping me.
So how about Nicole Flannery?
You know, I'm in LA. The only people that are coming to mind right now are like she looks like Charlize Theron.
Thank
but I know
you.
She's not. She's not. But
Okay.
but she looks like her.
She did.
This is gonna blow your mind. That is Pamela Anderson.
No.
Oh, wow.
No
That is
way.
Pamela Anderson. Yeah, and I'm gonna bring her back up. I'm gonna bring her back up.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
that is Pamela Anderson, and she just cut off all of her hair.
Get it, girl.
Wow.
You get it, girl. Yeah, I literally saw that picture this morning. It hit the I think it hit TMZ this morning, which is why, Nicole, I thought you might have seen it. And I looked at that picture and I thought, oh my gosh, that's Pam Anderson. I mean, she has really changed, and actually kind of in a good way too. I mean, she's still a very beautiful woman, but she looks like she's going more for the, she's kind of acting her age, which is what a lot of celebrities don't do. And so I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Hey, Nicole. Nicole.
Okay, so I didn't hear what you said, but I did hear celebrities acting their age. Oh my gosh. Who says you have to go that short though? Just because you turn, I'm guessing she's 50-ish maybe.
Yeah, she's got to be older than I am. I'm 47. She has to be older than I am. So I think she's older
she
than
can
I am.
have beautiful long hair, like Game of Thrones. She can.
I think so too.
But she does look beautiful. She has such a beautiful face. I think she looks great with her pixie haircut.
Hey, Logan, do we have you back? Okay, look, we don't have audio on Logan.
Hey, David, I'm going to go back to this real quick.
Okay, can I throw in another trivia?
Yeah, go ahead. Throw another one.
Can I throw in another trivia question?
No, I think Mia's doing one of our comments. Mia, do you want to?
I was just going to say this. I'm sorry, Nicole. This kind of nails it pretty good. This is exactly what I do: keeping a presence on Facebook, but spending the majority of my time on G+. It's paying off in spades. I agree with you on that one. I do balance my time for sure. Give me a trivia question, Nicole.
All right. It's actually, it's hard for me because I'm and I've said this a million times, I'm very new to Google+, and I was a big-time Facebook person, but I'm finding it hard. All of the people, well, not all of the people, few of the people from Google+ that start friend requesting me on Facebook, it's really hard to kind of turn them away because it's more of a privacy type of thing with my friends and family. And I'm struggling with that, because I was at first trying to do the business thing on Facebook, but then again, how do you, anyway. Trivia.
I hear you.
Google's company's dog name
you're cutting out there.
Can you hear me?
I think you cut out. Go ahead and give it again.
Okay. Google's company dog's name is A, Digger, B, C, Nishi, or D, Yoshka.
I didn't hear B, so I'm going to guess B.
B is Max.
B.
So it would be A, Digger, B, Max, C, Nishi, and D, Yoshka.
I hope it's Max.
Going Yoshi.
Really? Any other takers?
Google Max.
We have another Max.
No,
Anyone
no,
else? David?
I have absolutely no idea, and my dog is over here licking me to death. So
I'm getting attacked by Bob Voss, so I'm having technical difficulties too.
So actually, the correct answer is D, Yoshka. Their company,
Yoshka.
their mascot, their mascot dog's name is Yoshka.
Like it.
what is a Yoshka?
It's a
I know,
dog.
we should probably Google it.
It is a dog, and he's actually, you know what?
Google it.
It's a beautiful dog.
I say,
Well, it's interesting because-
Google-licious, baby.
It's kind of interesting. The reason why I chose Yoshka because my son's name is Daniil. He was born here in Ukraine, and the tender version of Daniil is Danichka. So you add ka to the end of something, so it means it's tender. So like Billy, you know, we call Bill Billy in English.
Yes.
In Ukrainian or Slavic language, they add chka to the end of it, so it makes it tender. So you would be like Kristinichka or Miechka, so, Nikolchka,
or
David.
Could be
That
like
sounds a little Trekkian to me, but that's okay.
Google-licious chicka. So that was a great question. You know, I thought something else that was kind of cool. I saw this. I think this happened yesterday. I saw this on Mashable. That we did a show. Nicole and I did a show a few weeks ago on Bitcoin. And you know, Bitcoin. Not everybody understands Bitcoin or how it works, but it's obviously this virtual currency. And this is pretty cool. Do you know that the first ever Bitcoin ATM opened in Vancouver, I believe, yesterday?
Did it?
Yes.
Yes, I twittered that info a few days ago. Because we had our show about it. I found it amazing.
But you know, here's what's
Very
kind of
unexpected.
and there was a woman by the name of Victoria Hansen. She was the first person to do an ATM transaction on the Bitcoin ATM, and she bought because actually you can go both ways with the Bitcoin ATM.
Both ways.
I know, and so she Babelicious.
You guys think like I do.
He bought $200 worth of Bitcoin, obviously probably as an investment, hoping it goes up higher. And I thought this is kind of interesting. We should all get kind of our take on this. Some people say that Bitcoin is a great a great currency if you have that kind of end of the world scenario, because you know the zombie apocalypse. Because you know, what if you can't get to the gold? Or what if you know the dollar gets devalued? And I had this, like, the light bulb went on this morning, which is rare for me. But it's one of those things where I thought, wait a minute, if we have the zombie apocalypse, isn't it likely that the internet is going to be down? And remember, if the internet is down, a Bitcoin is worthless because it's a digital currency.
You think like me, Brother David.
So
I think about that stuff all the time.
I know. So, you
I
know, we're going deep, Mia. We're going
But
deep.
then again, if they do find the cure, how about the guy in Europe? I think it was London. He had in Bitcoin, completely forgot about it, and that was just recently in the news. Completely forgot about it. Ended up, of course, the value skyrocketed, and he was able to buy a flat.
Okay, I'll give you that. I mean, absolutely, you could buy it. But my whole point, though, is again, what good is a currency that the moment your internet connection goes down, it's worthless?
What if it goes back up?
I think we're going to be dealing in currency of peanut butter and white wine.
I know.
I like the white wine.
Yeah. Nicole, let's hit us with another trivia question. Nicole.
Here.
Hit us with a trivia question.
All right, here's a good one. Okay.
I got a good one.
Ready? Steve
go ahead.
Jobs had studied and had a passion for A, writing code, B, calligraphy, C, glass blowing, or D, baking homemade apple pies.
Calligraphy. I think they showed that. I think they showed that.
David's
In the-
pretty
in the-
confident. I'm going to go with David
Yes.
Allen in calligraphy.
Go with apple pie.
I'm going apple pie too.
Yes, it's calligraphy. Calligraphy.
And actually, you know where I know that from is I read the biography on Steve Jobs, and I remember when I read it, I remember that being something that kind of surprised me.
I like it though. Shows a little diversity.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
What's the deal?
Billy,
Yeah,
you said,
I got a question for Christine.
Go ahead.
I've had a few people, talk to me about Empire Avenue or Network, or what is the deal with Empire, whatever the end is.
Empire, yeah. Yeah, get it, girl. Get it, Christine.
What is the deal with it?
Yes. What's the skinny? What's the, is it back to life? What's your 60-second Christine DeGraff sizzle on it?
I like it. I think it's one more place to engage, to connect with people. One more place to it's a good platform. I definitely like the connecting part of it. I've met a lot of people on there. Actually, that's one of the reasons that I do log into Facebook occasionally, is because there are a lot of groups on Facebook that are just completely dedicated to Empire Avenue. The people that are on there, a lot of them, I think there's about 5,000 really active people, and of those, there's probably 1,000 that are like fanatical about it. Give you strategies on it, share missions, just connect with each other, form groups together. So I mean, it's kind of like anything when you have a group of people that are really interested in something. It's one more way to, one more thing you have in common, and one more thing to talk about.
I saw Scott Bueller, I think, has like 400,000 points or something. What is that worth?
Well, it's virtual currency as well. It's Eves. It's in Eves, and it's based on your social activity and people that invest in you. You can't cash it out for real money. You can actually buy Eves though with real money, so it's kind of interesting, yeah.
So
I saw your little rant.
I did see something about that they are putting together a marketplace though where you can spend some Eves, so that might be something interesting.
I did see that.
Is everyone as sick already of that new thing, Bitstrip? You guys know what I'm talking about? Let me pop this on.
Yeah, but it still makes me laugh.
I'm gonna pop this on the screen, and there's two dogs here, and the one dog is sniffing the other one's butt, and it says, "Hey, you have to send a." It says you have to send a friend request before you can do that.
For sure.
Absolutely. Well, I was reading about Bitstrip. It's actually becoming more popular, and I'm seeing a ton of these.
We do it all the time.
These little customized cartoons that you can make on Bitstrip. I'm seeing them on Facebook, and people are kind of creating their own little avatars. But already this is driving me crazy, because now it seems like every other post I see on Facebook is somebody's stupid little cartoon. So I know. Okay, so I'm the bad guy. Because I don't like Bitstrip.
Okay, trivia.
Yes, go ahead.
Here's a Google question. Google headquarters rents out blank in order to cut down on the weeds and the brush. Is it A, rabbits, B, goats, C, 200 lawnmowers, or D, donkeys?
Goats.
I missed it.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is goats. You guys are all right. And I don't know that. How did you all know
that? Nicole, that was in that movie. Wasn't that in that movie that just came out? The one with Owen Wilson, or what his name is, The Internship. If you guys, by the way, if you guys haven't seen The Internship, if you're on Google and you haven't seen The Internship, you have to see it. It's like the whole movie is filmed at Google. And about these guys trying to get this internship, they're trying to get on with Google. It's a great movie, and I think it's in that movie that they show the goats doing that. But anyway, yeah, man, I am getting lucky on this, because I read the Steve Jobs book. I watched The Internship. People, man, you gotta get out more often.
Brother.
Gotta get out.
Thank you for shaming us. We do.
Yeah,
It's true.
I know.
Who's excited about the updates from 2 days ago?
Right here. Two
Yeah,
thumbs. This
definitely
girl.
cool. Very cool.
Well, Billy, you did a video. You did a video yesterday. I think you said 23,000 views.
That's
awesome.
insane.
I'm just jealous because I didn't do that video. Damn it.
Me too.
I think
Okay.
Billy, why don't you start this conversation off about some of the changes? Give us one or two of the changes that you think are going to be cool.
Sure. Well, first off, I like the fact that you're going to have a static place to hold Hangouts. Essentially, we keep talking about it. Internet marketers are looking for landing pages. They're looking instead of having to go from event to to YouTube to Facebook, to 22 Social to putting up a fan page. They want it to be in one place so they can drive all that traffic, kind of like how you can on Facebook. They're driving traffic to certain people. You can drive it all to a Hangout. That's huge. I think that being able to share your location, that's pretty cool. SMS capabilities is pretty awesome. The Auto Awesome movie, though, I think that is going to be incredible.
Yes.
I think that anybody that is out there right now that knows how to create an Auto Awesome movie, okay, if you do it and post it in Google+, you send it over to Jesse Wadillo, you will get probably 5 times.
He will pimp you out.
Now, Billy, for those people, they're sitting here, they're watching the show, and they're like, Auto Awesome. What do you mean by Auto Awesome?
Sure. Well, Google Plus came out with Auto Awesome with your pictures, and it's kind of crazy. I was scrolling through my pictures in my phone the other day and realizing a lot of them weren't in there, right at the forefront, because the Google Plus will go through and it'll actually search out and take all the bad pictures out, and it'll categorize. It's absolutely crazy. So Auto Awesome movies. If you went on a road trip and you started taking pictures and different videos, like 30 seconds here, 2 minutes there, Google Plus will automatically go in there and create a video with music in the background, all integrated together, and it'll pop up on your phone saying a new Auto Awesome movie has been created. Click here to view it. I mean, talk about integration. Talk about vision.
Yeah.
It was amazing. They had a great sample video that they popped up the other day that was so cute of the couple that was traveling. I was like, I want to be that couple.
Yeah.
I want that video.
I mean, it is really cool. Now, what about I'm asking this question actually because I honestly don't know the answer because I haven't researched it, and that is, what did they change with SMS? What can you now do with SMS that you couldn't do before?
I believe it's with the Hangouts. I haven't.
Which is like the old Google chat. I think it all integrates it in so that it's not all separate. You can kind of have one platform, is my understanding. I haven't tried it out yet. Does that sound about right, Billy?
I think it does, yeah.
Here's the really cool thing about Google Plus is, sorry, David, they keep integrating, they keep improving, they keep updating. It's nonstop. When you see Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest, Instagram do an upgrade, it's usually once a quarter, once a month. Google is like every single day there's something new, there's something cool, there's something improved. It keeps you on your feet.
Well,
they said there was 18 updates that came out on Tuesday, all at once, boom, with all that.
And on that point, on that right there, isn't it interesting how Google Plus users, we see updates and we go crazy. We're like, awesome, new updates. And Facebook, people see an update and they're like, oh man, this sucks, I can't stand it.
Trepidation.
It is, and in social media, especially on Google Plus, man, you've got to be able to embrace change. You absolutely have to be able to embrace change because things are changing. Matter of fact, I had to relearn how to get around in these live hangouts on air. I had to do this yesterday because we had the show today, and I'm telling you, I had no idea how to even start the show. So, played around, got it kind of figured out, I think. Hopefully some people are watching. Yeah. And things are changing. Things are changing all the time. They make you
responsible for being an expert, and people like you, David, that continue to change and continue to actually adapt and morph with Google. You're always going to have that credibility. You're always going to have that authority. Whereas somebody on Facebook can create a marketing system a year ago, it's still traffic, and they're still making money off of it, even though they're no longer an authority figure on it.
That's very true.
Speaking of change, I'm going to throw in a trivia question about change. Twitter was almost named A, Flipper, B, Diver, C, Friend Share, or D, Friend Stalker.
Flipper.
Flippers? Do we have Flipper?
Everybody,
I'm
I'll
gonna
take
go
Flipper.
Yeah.
We got it right?
That, folks, means you are all wrong.
Woohoo!
It's
I
actually
feel fancy.
It's actually D, Friend Stalker.
Friend
They were
Stalker?
almost
Stop.
named Friend Stalker. For real.
You're kidding me.
Yes, for real.
Yeah, that's going to motivate people to go there.
I'll go ahead and go with that.
Yeah. Hey,
I want to sign up for Friend Stalker. Where do I sign up? Boy, I sure would love to have a bunch of people stalking me.
And then let's announce that I'm on Friend Stalker and have
Yeah,
people.
hey, by the way, I'm right over here, Come stalk me.
You know, it'd be great. Instead of having followers, you have stalkers.
Yeah. That's great. That's great.
Oh my gosh.
Well, can you imagine being at a bar and the guy said, or the girl says, "Stalk me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Stalk me.
I'd say babylicious, baby. Let's Nicole, hit us with another. I love these trivia. Hit us with a trivia question.
Okay. Here's a good one. Steve Jobs once went on a blind date with A, Carly Fiorina, excuse me, B, C, Lady Gaga, or D, Jenna Jameson.
I'm going to go with B again because I didn't hear who it
What was
was.
B?
Okay. A, Carly Fiorina, B, Diane Keaton, C, Lady Gaga, or D, Jenna Jameson.
I'm going porn star, Jenna Jameson.
I'm going Diane Keaton. He might like the old hens. I don't know.
I'm going with B. I'm going with Kitty Cat.
I don't know how. Yeah.
I was going to say, David, you're not going to get lucky tonight. Okay, because you are actually wrong. It's B, Diane Keaton.
Nice.
Keaton. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And that's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. And I have no idea how I knew that Jenna Jameson was a porn star.
Yeah, right. Let's back up to that one.
I'm just saying.
I want to move myself, David, right now.
Okay, let's digress. Moving on. These changes on Google. I mean, we talked about SMS. We talked about the change to the HOAs that we're having. We talked about the Auto Awesome. What other changes? What other changes are there that you guys are seeing? I'm not the one that did the video with 23,000 views, so I don't remember all the changes. But anybody want to jump out? What are some other changes that are going on?
Well, I will just say, I think the better word for it is improvements. I mean, I think they just took a lot of things and just upped the ante. It sounds like, Billy, jump in on this, editing for videos or for photos. Craig Fifield says the key to Auto Awesome videos for me was the ease of editing the video after it was created. That rocks. So I think it's just giving us all a lot more power to search and to make it better. So that's what I'm seeing is just a lot more improvements more than anything. It's going to take a while to dig through it for me. There goes my weekend.
One thing that I thought was really cool is that the search where you don't even have to tag, and it has learned what pictures are, so you could search for apple pie, and it's going to find apple pie pictures.
I like how he brought up hedgehog as a search term. And we're talking arcane things. It's pretty funny.
You know, one of the changes that I would love to see here on the HOAs, when you're doing these HOAs, I would love it if they would create a better interface where you can more easily pop up things on the screen. I would love it if you could easily pop up YouTube videos, easily pop up pictures, easily pop up music, and different types of media.
Okay,
There's
now
actually
it's my
turn. I'll jump in on that.
Jason, jump in on that.
There's actually been quite a bit of discussion about that, and one of the biggest concerns, though, is copyright. You know, you got to be very careful when we're doing these HOAs. If you got somebody that comes on your show and they start playing Bon Jovi in the background or whatever, I mean, whoever,
they'll yank you.
Then they'll yank your video. So you better take that to post and get that part out of there if you can, But So if
I
you're
was
popping
thinking
in
my-
videos or
Right.
other copyrighted things, now in a private hangout, we can very easily. There's the YouTube
Sure.
extension. We can watch it amongst each other. But something that I've always wanted to do and trying to figure out a way is how do we do a bumper? Like Tony Marino has a show that he does, which is Christian Discipleship TV, and and he does this intro every time. And I don't know how he's doing that. I think it's really awesome. But how cool would that be to have some video, play a video bumper for to start our
it would
shows
be
off
awesome.
and then wrap
Right,
our
at the
shows
show.
up.
Because we all have
Absolutely.
to add it in after post
That's
show.
right.
I mean, you
Yeah.
do have the bumper video that you can pop up now, which we can do now, and it's automatic. That you can either have your intro video or the countdown clock. The only tough thing, you guys, and I haven't integrated it yet, is that now you don't get to have your banner photo anymore. Have you noticed that?
Oh, I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that.
Now for the events, it's going to kind of replace, like Jason, you have the Web Nation station. That's my understanding that is going to sit there, either a countdown clock or a video that you upload. Hey, quick, Jason or Joseph Montez did also mention the vanity URL. Now that we all feel impotent.
I got mine.
I loved your post there. Christine posted on
Ninja.
that. Christine posted on that right away. It was just
Yeah, I got my vanity URL. I got my name, and I was stoked about that because I couldn't get my name on Facebook. Somebody already had my name on Facebook, and so
Look at Christine.
I am on Google Plus as David Oldenburg. Man, it's awesome. That's awesome.
Christine just gave a drive-by shout for Billy in the show. That was pretty sweet.
Trinity.
Okay, before we head out, I'm going to do one more.
Yes.
One more
correct.
trivia question. Okay. 10 tweets per second mention, and this is on Twitter. 10 tweets per second mention
I'm not here.
I'm calling about Billy's video.
A, sex, B, President Obama, C, Starbucks, or D, Mark Zuckerberg.
Starbucks.
What was the question?
It's got to be sex.
Wait, what was the question?
Okay, the question is 10 tweets per second on Twitter mention A, sex, B, President Obama, C, Starbucks, or D, Mark Zuckerberg.
I thought it was clout.
Oh,
Any other takers? Any other takers?
I said Starbucks just to be
Starbucks.
Just to be
Yeah.
cutesy.
You're
You're
cutesy. That's right. I can't think of the word.
absolutely meow-deliciously right.
Oh,
It's C, Starbucks.
Darn.
Yeah.
fan me. So
You're
fancy.
gonna get lucky.
Man,
Greg. Just kidding.
that's twice that I've gone for the sex scene and got it wrong.
I know. I see what's going on with you today.
Oh man. Well, look at me. I'm a flower child. You know.
Where's
You know,
Chief Song at?
we've got about 3 minutes, and so I don't want at the end have to cut everybody off. So I want to real quick. I know there's a lot of people that have been tuning in as we've been doing the show here, and I think it'd be great for all of us to real quickly go through again and just say who we are real quick and kind of what we're doing here on how people can reach us or talk to us. So I'm just going to go right down the line, the list that I had. Let's start with Christine DeGraff. Christine, why don't you give us a closing, kind of how people can reach you and what you're doing.
Is one safe? You can find me right here on the Matrix on Google Plus at plus Christine DeGraff.
Sweet.
Oh,
All right.
that's so awesome to say.
How awesome does that feel? Yeah, right, Mia? I mean, how cool is that? You're at plus Christine DeGraff.
Christine, that's totally awesome. And Mia Voss, how about you?
Same, plus Mia Voss on Google Plus, and also at themiaconnect.com you can subscribe, and then I'll get you on and send you invites to my show, which is every Friday at 10 a.m. Miss Christine's going to be on tomorrow. It's the Social Media Power Chat, immediately followed usually by your show.
Oh yes, how could I forget? The Online Money Show.
Are you on
Exactly.
tomorrow? Are you having a show tomorrow? Or
No,
tomorrow.
we're not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be stalking you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Amen, brother. Thank
So
you.
all right, so that was Mia Voss, and let's go to and Logan. Can you hear us? Are you finally here?
for our girl Logan.
Okay,
Girlfriend.
for Logan. Okay, so let's go to Jason T. Weiser.
Yeah, so I would want to point people over to ontracktips.com because they're the people that I get to hang out with and interview are infinitely more expert than I am in so many areas. So it's a real fun place to go and listen to some great interviews. And you can watch a podcast, read the blog, or watch the video. Ontracktips.com.
Now,
Awesome.
spell track for me. T-R-A-C or T-R-A-C-K?
That's good. Hey, track. Track. Yep.
All right.
Track Tips. Yep.
OnTrackTips.com, and Jason, again, as he said, he also hosts his own show, and we have, all kinds of Google Plus hosts here today. And let's go to Billy. Billy, the guy with all the video hits. How do people reach you, and what are you doing on Google Plus?
Sure. People can reach me at google.com/+BillyFunk. And I will be doing Mindset Your Marketing. Rock. The queen of circles, she rocks. I wouldn't be here right now without you, Christine. So I think we're awesome.
That is so cool. Well,
I just want to say thank you to the entire panel for coming on our show.
Yes.
You guys were great for sporting the costumes and being in character, especially Trinity. And you can reach me at Twitter, Nicole Flannery 3, and then plus Nicole Flannery on Google Plus.
And my name is David Oldenburg. I'm kind of a 1960s flower child today. I swear the show does get better. We've had a lot of fun today. I want to thank everybody for being on. It's been a great show. I see we had a lot of viewers. It's great to have you people here. You can reach me via my website, onlinemoneyshow.com, where you can read my bio and connect with me on social media, and of course at plus David Oldenburg. So that is totally cool. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. Have a great day and a safe Halloween. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.